Sorry about that, Sorcerers. So I was just looking at something there that we're not quite ready to show on camera. So this update is basically just going to let you people know as to what's coming next with Sorcery, what's going on at the moment. And one of the topics which is on everybody's lips is the availability of the beta print of Sorcery Contested Realm. Now, obviously, and I think it's self-evident that Sorcery is in pretty high demand, and we've been very successful as a company launching that particular product over the last year. To have product available over the last 5 months with our different partners worldwide has been incredibly gratifying, but eventually we don't have any product left, and so we have to figure out what we're going to do next. We've looked at a lot of community sentiment based on how people like to play the game, how they like to collect sorcery, and what we've done as a team, we've sat down and figured out what we think we should do next. Now, it's our intent as we move into later this year to do a very conservative reprint of Sorcery Contested Realm Beta Edition. This is a small scale reprint, and the reason we're doing this is to address just a few little issues that we have. The first is sort of global availability. When we made our commitments last year and worked with different distribution partners, what we found is that we were very underserved in certain territories. Those territories being South America, certainly Europe, and also Asia, very specifically Japan, where there's incredible demand. And we'd love for product to be available in those geographical locations. And so that's a target for that particular reprint. In addition to that, we are also looking at North America and Europe and how we can support stores as well. When we made agreements last year, the social economic situation was a little bit different, but also we really hadn't gained the tailwind that we've seen from our community support and the number of people who really want to enjoy sorcery. And so what we're planning on doing is to make the sorcery booster boxes available via a limited allocation for stores who participate in the Sorcery Play Network. We're currently getting the infrastructure and architecture in place to allow that, so nothing to share right now, but it's our hope when we get to later this year, we can actually allocate stores who participate in gameplay with boxes to facilitate that, alongside the release of Arthurian Legends. So it will be beta and Arthurian Legends released together. You'll be actually able to get allocation in addition to regular allocation, again, very limited from our distribution partners. So this is not something which is tremendously at scale. This is basically to accommodate our increased user base when we release Arthurian Legends later this year. So we're delighted to do this. We have been very measured in what we're doing, just to basically allay any fears that people have about, unlimited reprints. That's never really going to be our style at Eric's Curiosa. Wonderful. Another topic that comes up quite regularly is, well, why don't you do an unlimited or revised version of sorcery? And the answer really is that it's very premature. We're basically 1 or 2 sets in, and we need to really sort of extend out the game in terms of the core mechanics. We need to welcome a lot more players to participate in sorcery, and also we need to learn some lessons along the way. So when we're ready, I think we will probably release that product to great fanfare and obviously a lot wider audience as well, but nothing to share right now. Next up is Arthurian Legends. So previously I was interviewed at March of the Mortals, where we talked about the release of Arthurian Legends, and we're still solid on this being a early Q4. We're not going to be specific on dates because there's a whole bunch of things that can change and move around, but as soon as we can in Q4 we want to make sure that Arthurian Legends is available. As many of you know, Arthurian Legends is a smaller scale set, but it's very, very flavorful. It's fantastic, and the team have worked tirelessly to make sure it really is the fantastic follow-up to our alpha and beta releases. Now, with Arthurian Legends, we're going to make a slight pivot into our distribution strategy, and what we're going to do is we're actually going to release in waves. Again, we've looked at a lot of feedback. We've looked at potentially how other games and industry leaders do this type of distribution. And we feel that to have cards available for a longer period of time really does allow us to better serve our market. So we'll have a number of waves with Arthurian Legends starting early Q4 this year. I can't wait for people to get this in their hands, and we'll be having some first looks and previews coming up at some events that we will be attending. Now, if we look at the events, this year, Sorcery has a couple of events that are happening. Obviously, we have Gen Con, which I think is between, I think Chase will put the dates on the screen so I don't get these wrong. It will be between the 1st and 4th of August, I think Gen Con is. Unfortunately, we couldn't get a booth at Gen Con this year because those are very much in demand, but we will be basically having a play event where our team will be present, and we love to be able to meet people. It will be limited. Obviously, we don't have unlimited capacity there, but we want to accommodate as many people as we possibly can with both learn to plays, sealed, and also limited events. Secondly, we will be attending Spiel Essen on between the 3rd and 6th of October. We can't wait to meet our European fans, and we've got some plans there to have a booth presence. At Spiel, it works a little bit differently because you actually have the play space on the actual booth itself on the stand, and so we're currently on the planning stages there. It won't be an at-scale event, but it will certainly be able to accommodate people who will come to see us. So we look forward to meeting our European fans there. As we know more, we'll be sharing more through our socials. And then we also have something a little bit later, lined up a little bit later this year, which we're not really ready to talk about. Maybe in December, we would like to do something special as well. Okay, now this is obviously in addition to all of the support that we've had from our community members, and really Sorcery is very much at its roots a community game through how people play the game, how they share their passion for it, how they create content, even how they create their own rules, and also tournaments and events as well. And we were really knocked out by the work that both Alex and David and Drew and his team did at both SorceryCon and also March of the Mortals respectively. These were fantastic showcase events, and I know a lot of people had a tremendous amount of fun. We would love to be able to continue to support events in that style. So one that's coming up is the Courtesan Cup. And there have been a number of different qualifiers which are still ongoing. Now, again, I want to get these dates right. Chase, please correct them if I'm wrong. The Courtesan Cup is between June the 14th and the 16th of 2024. It will be held in Baltimore. And if you go to spring.sorcery.social, you can go ahead and buy your tickets. And I'm delighted to announce both myself and Chase will be there. And we may give a little bit of a glimpse in the future, maybe a spoiler or two from our Aran Legends. In addition to players being able to meet a whole variety of different content creators and also our artists as well. So thank you for Ron for putting that on, and his team and all the extended stores who participate in the Courtesan Cup. Well, I think that's it. I don't have too much else to share right now. Keep this short, which is unusual for me. But I will finish in saying thank you so much to all of our community members for your continued support. It's absolutely incredible to participate, and for me just to witness what the rest of our team are capable of doing. And we know that it delights so many people. Please keep sharing your passion. Please let us know if you have any feedback or would like to basically share anything with us. And as you have more and more events or just like to share content, please be in touch so we can actually promote that via our Facebook page and also Discord server as well. Right, we'll wrap things up now. So back to it, and good luck contesting the realm.